Hi guys, today we're going to be making decorated garden dome lights. So I have some glass vases from the dollar store and I've got some Deco Art glass paint. This one is purple, violet purple, and I've also got a yellow from there. Oh, I'm sorry, these aren't from the dollar store, not the paint. And I have a dabber sponge. And as you can see in the background, I have some gems, but I decided not to do that. So what you need to do is you need to fill up your sponge all the way. Oh, I also have some solar lights from the dollar store. So you need to fill up your sponge all the way with the paint. Make sure you get it good and coated, but you don't want it drippy. So I kind of put it on there and dab it off a little bit. So we're going to fill it up really good. And then I took it and I'm going to put circles all around. I'm going to squish some circles on it. And they're going to kind of have a hollow look to the center of them, but I thought it looked okay, so I just left it that way. Kind of a bare spot in the middle. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it, and we're going to leave some empty spots for the purple color too. And you don't want to put any paint on the bottom of the dome because the solar light will be inside the dome and we want the sun to be able to go through the glass onto the solar panel. Okay, so I'm going to do the purple ones, and again, we don't want to put it on the bottom of the vase. Alright, so I'm going to be taking a red Q-tip. I'm going to be taking a Q-tip and dipping in the red, and I am going to dab little circles on it with the Q-tip. And I'm going to go all over it with this, and then I'm going to take another Q-tip and I'm going to use turquoise for the next color, and I'm going to dab circles with that one too. Okay, so I'm going to cure this in the oven. I'm going to bake it in the oven. I've got a baking sheet with a piece of parchment paper, and I am not turning my oven on right away. I'm going to put it into a cool oven, and then I'm going to turn it on to 275 after it's in the oven, and I'm going to bake it for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to leave it in the oven. I'm going to turn the oven off, and I'm going to leave it in the oven to cool down in the oven. So it's kind of a slow process of the glass heating up and cooling down. So again, it's going in the oven. Okay, so I'm going to start on another one right now. That other one is baking. And I've cleaned the glass with rubbing alcohol. I've taken painter's tape and I've taped the inside of the bottom because of the circle on the bottom of the thing. I'm going to cover that because I'm going to be putting the solar lights in there, and I don't want any paint on that part. So I'm going to just kind of push it down, make sure it's sealed good. And yeah, you'll get fingerprints all over your glass. Even though you cleaned it, you'll just clean it again. And I have Folk Art glow in the dark paint, and this is just the neutral color. I also have the same brand. I've got Pink Rose glow in the dark. Now I don't know if this is going to show up in pink or it's just going to show up all in one color, because sometimes that just happens with glow in the dark. So I'm shaking it up. I'm going to squeeze this in all over it and bump my camera. Shake up the pink. Trying to do this on camera and get it squeezed in here right. I'm going to just tip it upside down and let it drip for a while. It's dripped enough, so I'm going to go ahead and I turned it over and I'm going to let it just dry now. So I'm going to let this dry. It says to let dry for an hour, but I'm going to let it dry maybe overnight. And this is going to go in the garden, so it's going to be outside, but the dome is going to be upside down, so the water will be going over the top of it, not on the inside of it. Okay, so I got this neat glitter. Flower Boutique, it's called. And let's see if I can close it and show it up close. I got this at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle it in there on the wet paint. I have no idea if it's going to look right or not, but I'm going to go ahead and try it. You know, that hole, it's not coming out very good with that hole. So hopefully this doesn't ruin it. I just keep sprinkling it in there and turning it, the glass. Actually, it looks pretty cool. Kind of like it looks like I had a sundae or something in there. It's not edible though. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry with the glitter in it now. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of Mod Podge and pour it in a lid. And you can choose whatever color you want. I got, this was like the sky blue one in the neon colors. Okay, so I've just painted little squiggly lines all around the top of the jar, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make another color up now. And I'm just going to do a bunch of different designs. You can do it any way you want. Flowers, whatever. Alright, so I got that one done. I'm going to set this one aside. Okay, so I've let all three of the jars dry overnight, and this is going to be done in like more than one day because you want to dry it between all these things you're doing, you know. So I'm spraying it with a clear coat that's waterproof, and just the two jars. The one that I did on the inside, that I dripped the paint on the inside, that one, no. And we're going to let this dry too for several hours. Okay, so I let the paint, the clear gloss, dry for 4 hours. And now I'm going to be attaching solar lights. I got these at the dollar store. It says that you need to charge these in the sun for 8 hours for the initial first use. So, and also to pull the tab. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the tab on it. And you can see that the light's on. I'm going to glue these into the bottoms of these vases here. I have, let me put the lid back on so I can turn it upside down. I have GE Advanced Silicone. This is waterproof, 100% waterproof, and it's indoor-outdoor. Also, I think it's like 100% mold-free or something like that. And sit here and I put it around the top edge of the solar light, around just the edge, and the silicone, and I'm centering it in the bottom of the glass here as much as I can. I'm going to let this dry for 8 hours, and obviously this isn't a one-day project. You kind of do it in sections at a time because of the drying. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for like 8 hours with the silicone. I'm going to add the other ones on too. And I've put the bottom piece that comes in like that. I've put that inside, so it's just already in there. And there you have the finished lanterns. I hope you liked my video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.